some point we gotta go turn all of those in. But let's head to Idleshire, where we're likely to have a bunch of quests, a bunch of unlocks. Starting with, I can see 2 from here. Ah, this one. God, I know you. One of them half-mad ventures what roams about picking fights with gods and every bugger else. Well met, loves your work. But just one of them pack-a-right crazed killers, am I right? Hells for all I know. They're the ones that would do the work while you share in the credit. Now, killer. Don't take it personally or nothing, but I've seen it before. When it's all blood and shite and explosions, it can be hard to tell if you're pulling your weight. That's why I've been training up in Stone Sky Sea. Don't let the daft name fool you. It's a proper training ground, where fighting folk like me and you can go to refine our killing prowess. If you've never been, go and look for the goodly fellow out past that bridge. He'll tell you the rest. You won't regret it. Is Uplander seeing it? Giant of iron, rising from river? Y'shtoll and Cid leave to learn more. They're not back yet. Greatest plight of Gobbyflock. Giant is too big, can squash Idlefire Shatter flat. We're Uplanders. Calm yourself, Slowfix. Oh, Archon. 'Tis well you are here, for our need is dire. Colossus of steam and steel has risen from the Thaliok. Thaliok, actually. It is no mere forgotten contrivance of Sharlayan. The resultant etheric disturbance confirms that it is a primal, and it was summoned amidst the ruins left for the river to reclaim. For a mercy, it stopped dead no sooner than it broke in the water's surface. But so long as it remains in our realm, it may spring to life again at any moment. Yes, but what does Uplander find near Idleshire? Wilderness still heavy with aether? It grows perilously thin, more swiftly than I could have imagined. Primal is bleeding the land dry. Should it be suffered to continue, this entire region will become a barren waste in a matter of moons. No, Gobbyflock has only just found home after long wanderings. Idleshire will not fall. Slowfix will not allow it. But we. I've already spoken with Alphanode, and he concurs that we Scions of the Seventh Dawn must do all in our power to eliminate the threat. Yet, given its size, deem it wise to attack from 2 fronts. First and most obvious recourse is to keep our foe in check with blade and magic, much as we have done with other such adversaries. Second, I propose that we attempt to cut off the flow of aether which sustains it, by physically separating the primal from the land. If we are to be rid of the Colossus, I think the latter course more promising, and mean to enlist Master Miqo'te's aid in pursuing it. Yet such things take time. Thus, I have asked Master Garland to remain here and keep watch over our foe. Given its apparently mechanical nature, his expertise should prove invaluable to you. To you, I say, for I would leave the fate of Idleshire in your hands. Should the primal chance to stir in my return, you are to join Cid in repelling it. An unenviable task, but one for which you are singularly qualified. Rest assured, I do not mean to linger with Master Miqo'te any longer than necessary. The moment we find a solution, I shall make haste to rejoin you here. Well then, let us be about our duties. I will leave you to discuss strategies with Cid. Backrix is keeper of knowings for Idleshire. Can say where Cid has gone. Uplander should start with Backrix. That one's gonna wait a minute. because I'm sure that's the Alexander unlocks. This one. Do. Ah, you're Archon, aren't you? I found you at last, Kupo. Vidofnir asked me to come find you, and I've been searching high and low and near and far, Kupo. Do you know how difficult it is for luck for Strowman while trying to stay unseen yourself? Well, never mind about that now. There are more important things to worry about, Kupo. Vidofnir is very insistent that I hurry you back to Somal Summit as soon as possible. So, on your way, Kupo. Right, well, that's my job done. I'll go on ahead and let Vidofnir know you're coming. See you there, Kupo. Goob will do that for you. Here's the adventure I was looking for. Got a job that needs doing, and something tells me you'd be just the one to do it. Now, stop me if I've got this wrong, but a little boy told me that you've been in and out of the Great Gooble Library. And a walking, talking broom of all things showed you the way in. Now, I suppose the latter bit's neither here nor there. Long story short, a certain personage has something they want from that library. A hefty, leather-bound tome, to be exact. And they've tasked me with finding the right man to retrieve it. Just one rub. Seems some heedless interloper, mind you, I'm not looking to point fingers here, left the door to the Forbidden Vaults wide open, allowing what seems like every void sentient and sorcelled abomination in the Encyclopedia Eorzea to saunter right in. Alright, Master, I'm sure you agree. Fortunately, the strapping lad standing in front of me knows the place like the back of his hand. I just need you to make your little broom friend sweep up all the nasties and retrieve the tome for my client. Simple enough, right? I'll meet you there. Unexpected proposal. Also not going to be able to progress quite yet. This is Heavensward relic. And the first step of the Heavensward relic is easier to do if you've finished the ARR relic. Good evening to you, Archon. Something on your mind? We called back to Revenant's Toll to take care of a new shipment of wares, but if you've matters of money that require my attention... hold that thought. It seems I have visitors. Some more welcome than others. Pardon the intrusion, Mistress Rowena. I realized I was here only a few days ago, but I really must speak with you about... Good. You're still here. We need to talk about that promissory note. Now I know what you're thinking. That stinking sack of gobble shite ain't got me God's damn money. Well, you're wrong. I saved it up. Every last gill. Thing is, my mates took me out for a drink to celebrate, and you spent it all? Excuse me, sir, but when people are talking, it is generally considered rude to interrupt. I know not what manner of business you have with Rowena, but I am quite sure it can wait. As I was saying, Mrs. Rowena, have you perchance been able to arrange a meeting with your associates? There is much I would ask them about their work on arcane sentries. Hold on a bleeding minute. You telling me to wait? Did no one ever teach you to shut your gob when grown-ups are talking? Me life and more importantly, me note at the tavern's at stake here. Be a good lad and bugger off till Uncle Geralt had his say. Geralt, mind your own advice for once and keep quiet. I'll deal with you soon enough. Regarding your question, Ardashir, the answer's no. The client I had in mind's a bit of a recluse and stubborn as all hells in her old age. She wouldn't hear of any meeting. I ain't got time to press her on it at the moment. Too much to do by half. And look, you've got enough on your plate with having to worry over an old mate's Owens. Tell you what, let's forget about it for... Not what hole you have drunken yourself into, sir, and quite frankly, I do not care. I have important business to discuss with Mistress Rowena, and I demand you leave us be this instant. Bah, the youth of today. Jumped up, self-serving little shites, the lot of ye. Fine. Tell us then, your highness. What's this business of yours that's more important than a man's life, eh? Well, out with it. Very well. I'll need to explain myself to Rowena. Together with my master, I have conducted research into the manipulation of spiritual and etheric energies in what you call the Near East. Our work has shown that the soul is in fact an agglomeration of a specific type of force. This force defines the quiddity of man and makes us who we are. While the soul is indeed inimitable, we believe it possible to create a quasi-soul. Thus, we turned our attention to anima, the self-same force which allows individuals to traverse the life stream via etherites. By infusing a soul stone with the requisite quantities of aether, this force may be harnessed. Yet, after years of research and experimentation, we have naught to show for it but inert husks of stone. We repeated the process again and again, adjusting every element, but the result was always the same. At length, my master declared the project a failure and turned his thoughts to other matters. I could not give up. Not after witnessing the beauty of anima. Not after coming so close. That is why I have journeyed hither to Eorzea. Certain that with the Charlene's knowledge of arcane sentries, I can complete my project. I'm also certain the resultant souls will be worth more to mankind than the ale-soaked dish clout that passes for yours. Finished, have ye? Well, then allow me to retort. Seems to me you're a cockered little brat who speaks a lot without saying aught. You talk like a man of learning, when 'tis plain you're just a boy who's never had a thought of his own, and couldn't even if he tried. Not that he ever would, of course. And why? Because the youth of today can't be bothered to do an ounce of honest work for themselves. No sense of duty. Things get rough and you run for help, leaving a trail of piss in your wake. Do you reckon them scholarly folks from Charlene asked for the answer whenever they got stuck? Not bloody likely, because they use their bloody brains. Not even that hard. If I saw these soul things burning out too quick, I'd think about sealing them inside something strong, like a weapon maybe, to keep all that life from escaping. It'd cost them a bit of freedom, but it'd keep them around for a damn sight longer than you managed. What's more, if the bloody things are alive, like you say, you'd end up with a weapon that could think for itself, which could be bloody lethal in the right hands. What do you say to that, you preening little shite? Anima weapon? That is absolute genius. It means not only to preserve created anima, but to employ it? Anima weapons, eh? That'll sell. An interesting proposition, girl. One that could be quite lucrative. Why not help Dardashir here with his work and see what you can make of it? Help that spineless streak of piss? You're joking, ain't ye? Why in the seven hells would I play nursemaid to a watery-eyed brat like him? I was just spouting shite. I don't really mean any of it. So right. Pity. Sounded like something we could have made a good bit of coin out of. Enough to make me forgive your debts, like as not. Your debts that I won't be forgetting otherwise. Changed your mind? Good. Listen, Adasha. You may be a drunken bloody fool, but he's also the finest blacksmith in all the realm. If anyone can forge a weapon capable of holding your souls, it's him. And our adventuring friend here, my dear sweet Archon, is a well-known hero around these parts. I'm sure he'd love nothing more than to try out your new weapon when it's finished. Get that right. Just think of it. You'd be the first in all of Eorzea to wield one of these animal weapons. Which ain't a bad name now that I come to think of it. Animal weapon. Aye, that'll do. Don't be so hasty, Archon. This here is fate. What else could have brought the three of you here to me at the self-same time, eh? Writing. And don't go telling me the thought of a weapon that learns and adapts to combat don't interest you, because we both know it does. Geralt, was it? Pray forgive me my rudeness earlier. If you truly are the smith she claims, I would be honored to have your assistance. And you, Archon. I gather you are the perfect candidate to test the weapon once it's complete. This will get me square with Rowena. Then I suppose me hammer's yours. But don't think I'm getting roped into this alone. If I have to forge it, you have to wield it. Both of you. Promise you will not regret this. Nice to see you're all getting on. Now you're gonna need a place to work, and I know just the spot. Azisla, the seat of Allagan science, floating on high over Abelathia's spine. Now the equipment up there will be any use to you, mind. Only the 12 know how that stuff works. Still, we'll keep prying eyes away until the weapon's ready. I'll arrange for an airship to take you within the day. Azisla. Look forward to seeing you there, Archon. Today has proven to be more productive than I thought. Geralt's out of my hair, and soon I'll have new merchandise for the House of Splendors. Assuming this ridiculous plan of his works. I'm counting on you, Archon. It's 86. Yeah, that's progress. Did you get those? I have no idea where those are coming from. Gear piece are those even coming from? Special arms? That's gonna be stuff for unlocking better relic weapons and other. A night to remember. It's a portrait of Hoshal. Weapons then. Crit. It's the one I want. Custodian, Concretized Racer. Strength fight, crit, tenacity, strength fight, determination, still feed. So Concretized is gonna be the one I want. Another couple of pieces into that set. Is that? Okay, that's everything there. Google Library is outside. I'm gonna hold off on the disarmed because that is Alexander, and I'm gonna try and do those as much in one go as I can. We can unlock Great Google Library at least. Hard mode. Disarmed is there. Oh. Oh yeah, we've got the striking opportunity one. Overgrown ambition. Okay. You there, good sir. You look like you enjoy bathing in the blood of your enemies. Have you perchance heard about Stone Sky Sea? You see, as part of an initiative to reduce the number of disputes, the Adventurers Guild has been forced to arbitrate between members who can accuse their comrades of not contributing sufficiently to... Let me try again. He who fights with strength of stone unyielding, breathes deep of boundless sky, and embraces serenity of rolling sea, against him none can stand. Sorry, that's what the Doman fellow told me to say. I don't quite understand it myself, but he seemed to think it was all very clever. Right, so in essence, we've got these ridiculous contraptions that you attack in whatever manner you deem fit. Each is supposedly tailored to the strength of some legendary beast or some madman decided to challenge once upon a time. Speaking of which, I believe one should be dropping right about now. Why are they playing Hildebrand music? Why are they playing music out of Hildebrand? Apparently, the first time they dropped one of those, it was an accident. The trainees loved it so much they started doing it all the time, though. Right, so each is tailored to the strength of a legendary fiend, the idea being that if you can defeat the dummy, you can defeat the fiend. In principle, that is, dummies don't hit back after all. But who gives a fig about any of that, eh? Nearly forgot the best part. It's free! You have access to Stone Sky Sea. The training ground can be accessed by speaking with the goodly adventurers outside Idlecheck.